Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Hello.
Good to see
Welcome,
you
welcome.
all. Good to see you all. We're very happy to have you. And welcome to another episode of Low Keys. We're going to just do a little bit of pre-show and
Mm,
just so we were discussing a little bit
mm,
about a interesting effects unit.
yeah.
Let me share my screen. 1 second. Share screen. Share screen. I'm just going to share the whole screen this time. All right. So you can see in this video here.
うん。あ、そうさん、アットストリームしてください。
So you can see here, this was for Gear Dive Jam, which is run by B-Boy Tech Report and Trovarsi. They do this show where they showcase different pieces of gear, and everyone who participates uses that to make a jam video. And she showed this thing here, which is very interesting because Yebisu 303 also uses a piece of equipment similar to this, and they are these Pioneer effects units. So my understanding is they are like a MIDI sync, tempo sync effects units. And yeah, so it has like echo and the spiral, reverb, reverb down, echo, crush. So it's like an effects unit, and then it's a 3-band EQ. And then it has some other things where you can kind of like beat shuffle a little bit. So yeah, it's interesting. And there's a bunch of different models. Whoops. There's a lot of different models of these kind of things. Like this is the same one. Let's see. This is an older model. So here you can do tap tempo. So you can tap so that the delays are in time with, but usually these kind of units have a MIDI input for sync. And then,
media output.
yeah. Or
Is
maybe
that
just MIDI
master?
input. I'm not sure.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so it's like many people use these. I think they were originally designed for DJ sets. So maybe you put master input into this. So you'd go DJ deck, then mixer, then into one of these, and then to PA. So there's a lot of these units. This is the one that Yebisu was using. So I think, yeah, this one I think you can add instruments. So it has kick, snare, clap, hi-hat, and cymbal. And then this side is just effects. So it's interesting. Pioneer makes interesting equipment.
Yeah.
They made a whole sequencer, but nobody knows about it. Pioneer, what is it called? What is this thing? Toraz?
Yeah. I also have that SP16.
You have this?
Yes, I have.
What do you think about it?
Interesting and very useful for live performance because 2 years ago they had one update for live recording for sample. That is really nice. But maybe first version the sampling length is too short, so that is no good. But maybe recently firmware already solved that problem, I think.
I see.
So
Interesting. Because in the United States, nobody has this. This is like totally rare. Like many people did not know that it released. Because in the United States, Pioneer is only DJ brand.
I see.
But people were confused by Dave Smith because
that
he does
filter
like,
also good.
yeah.
Filter だっけ? Drive だっけ?
So I think Pioneer is an interesting company. Many people don't know a lot about them. but
Yes,
many
yes.
interesting gear in our time.
User interface is also simple, this one. And
Oh
I
yeah.
also have MPC Lab 2. And, but first time, I need to learn about how to use. I need many time, long time for studying about MPC Lab 2.
Mm.
Mm.
Do you feel like
That,
this unit is easier to learn than the MPC
yes,
Live
yes.
2?
Yes, I think so. But I also love uh, both products.
Ah.
Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, some noise. Uh,
Oh, I have some noise, huh? Um, hopefully.
you, mm,
Let me check. Maybe
okay.
I'm just talking too close to the mic. I might just be distorting a little bit, so it should be okay.
Okay. Overdrive mic ね。
Yeah.
うん
Move it back. Move it back. But
303セレブラルさん、Thank you for watching. 和合さん。和合さん。Also, thank
ah,
you so much.
they said SP16 has one voice of Prophet 6. Interesting. I wanted one of those EFX 500s, but so far have not bought one. There's also the EFX 1000. Yeah. Let's see if that's. Yeah. Oh, so this is the EFX 500. Let's see if we can find the EFX 1000. So many interesting gear. Let's see.
Yes.
1000. I think that maybe Yamaha also did one that's similar to this. Has like a CD or something.
ああ、日
Let's
本語
see.
ではワグさん。
Ah,
ワグさん。ワグさん。日本語ではワグさん。ワグさん、日本語うまい。
interesting. Ah, so much
たまら
interesting
んね。
gear.
いや。ああ。
Interesting.
インタレスティングだね。
Yeah. Because also, I think Dave Smith, or no, David Lynn, Lynn, adrenaline. Ah, this was also similar idea.
ああ、アドレナリンね。ロジャーリンズアドレナ
Yeah.
リン。ああ。
Many people like this. It's similar idea. So effects and then, but tempo sync effects. Also had amp modeling and stuff like that. I don't know if the amp modeling is good, but many people like the effects on this unit.
いや。
So, yeah, interesting.
By the way, I was checking about adrenaline's schematic of when I was starting developing about own product, and I can find one schematic of adrenaline 1 or 2 on internet.
Interesting.
Maybe that is for repair service. That's schematic for repair service. But I at that time I could know I could learn about these schematic. Interesting. Very. Maybe one chip micron, one PIC micron, PIC micron, and one DSP. ブラックフィンだったかな。
Yeah, the black fin is the same. That's the model that this thing uses, the Zoya.
ああ、そうや。
Yeah, that's also black fin.
うん。
You know what? You might actually. We should show this. I think it's very interesting. Empress Effects released a video about Zoya assembly line. YouTube about how we build it. I thought this was very interesting video. So they have a system for constructing the Zoya. So the first step is they go here and they know all the parts. If they have all of the parts, stock levels for parts, and then they go and it prints. Let me see if I can find it. Like it prints a ticket with serial number, and then from there, they construct the unit in a jig, like this in Canada. And that's the whole board. And they have automatic testing here. And this is how they construct every one by hand in Canada. So they take this board out and it all fits. Every piece fits in the jig. Maybe there's a similar system when we make ours, but in Malaysia. So he places in there. That is a tester for lights.
I see.
Yeah, and he just does it by this construction. This is very interesting. He uses a soldering iron with a long spatula to do all 4 solder points at one time. And then he goes in and pulls off the tape and does many steps.
Seal. Seal bond だ。UI ジグ。Interesting.
Yeah. So it's a long video, maybe 25 minutes. But it's very interesting.
Yeah.
One point here, I thought it was very interesting. They have so at this point, they've put all the circuit boards together here. And then they have automated testing for the whole unit. So here they put it in a box, I think. Let me see. Okay, so they have this lid here with a light sensor and other testing sensors.
I see.
And then they put that on top.
And
that is the testing jig.
I see.
And then,
because sometimes there is some tolerance brightness.
So then it has a button. And this just runs the test here.
I see.
And while the test is running, he makes a box.
最適化されてる。Optimize his work.
Yeah. So then here he's starting a new unit while test is going.
Wow, busy.
Yeah. But they have very high demand. So they have to keep assembly line going.
Yeah.
But early in production, they had some problems with units where buttons fail or knob stops working. So they stopped production
yeah.
and recreated their whole assembly line to prevent faults, to
I see.
prevent no good issues.
Uh,
But that's because they have their company also is factory. So they control production at the same time as they don't outsource. So, but also their gear is more expensive.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's just interesting to look.
Interesting.
I think it's cool that a company will share this process, you know, because this is useful information for other companies. So it is nice of them to share this kind of information. But yep. So testing all the colors and setting everything, and then
面白い interesting.
put everything in the package and seal it up, and that's it. So I've worked with them in the past. They're a good company.
I love to watching these process videos in factory. Actually, we are fabless company. We are fabless. Fabless っていうのかな? Do you know fabless?
Fabless. So you don't. Does that mean that you do not have fab in the company?
Yes. Yes. Actually, we are fabless company. Don't have a factory company, but sometimes I also wanna make factory. If I have a small factory, we can increase more variation of some products.
I see.
I think so. But the price will be high.
Yeah.
Eh,
Is like real estate, like a building, like warehouse, is that expensive in Japan or not so much?
yes.
Yeah.
But depends on areas. So actually, we cannot make that in Tokyo. Tokyo's land fee is super high, so high.
Yeah.
So, interesting.
Yeah.
So, when you was young, there was some learning book of schematic or electric circuit or something.
Oh, for me, my brother is more the electronics person, but
because
yeah.
actually in Japan, I think this is my idea. This is my opinion. Maybe I think 30 years ago, there is many learning book of schematic for children in Japan.
Interesting.
But now, I feel just a little only in Japan.
Interesting.
At that time, I want to show you. This is very thin electric book for kids. For junior high school or for after kindergarten, for maybe around 10 years old kids.
Interesting.
So, let's prepare tools. Soldering, iron とか、ニッパーとか、ペンチ。how to soldering.
Whoa. Yes. Yes. So
カラーコードとかね。
Oh, like how to read the color codes on the components. Interesting.
Yes, these, maybe this book is every month, they will publish these book, and they have, 待ってね。they are, this company have many electric kits, robot kit or something. So, こういう
Oh, so you can buy a kit and create something.
Yes, that's right.
So in the United States, we had something similar to that. So, yeah, the company we used was called Radio Shack.
Radio Shack.
Also Heath Kit, which I think might be a Radio Shack brand, but there's Heath Kit and another one called Realistic. And they both did like kits where you could make anything, make a TV, make a clock radio, make
TV?
Yeah.
すごいね。
Yeah, all kinds of different things. And so that was, and then they had a magazine called Popular Electronics or Popular Science, where it was like a kids magazine, and they showed you how to make different items. Similar, I think, as what you're saying.
I think so that. So,
Yeah.
By the way, this company called, エレホビー。エレホビーとかエレキットとか。
Are they still make kits or not so much?
Kit.
But do they make kits now?
No. They, 何年か前。Few years ago, they maybe stopped. They, now, they don't publish these magazines already. Very sad.
Yeah.
So, one board microcomputer.
Yeah, same thing here. I think right now in the United States, there's shift from hardware to software.
Hardware to software? 14, it's me.
What?
14 years old.
Wow. What is in your hand?
maybe カラオケアンプ。カラオケアンプリファイア。Maybe. Sometimes they exhibit, they do, workshop for kids. So.
That's awesome. Yeah, hardware is very cool. It's interesting now because I know many people in San Francisco who only know software. But now they want to learn how to also do hardware. So maybe now people learn software first and then go to hardware. One person was mentioning, I think it was Wagyu, he was mentioning in America, they had these ones they call 130 in 1 or 1000 in 1 or 2001. And it's many components and they have a little spring connector and you can make a circuit. Did they have those in Japan?
Yes. Similar. Maybe 電子ブロック。
Yeah.
Japan have also 電子ブロックだったかな Electric block. But similar but different, I think.
Yeah. Let me see. So let me, I shared my screen if you can bring that up.
Yeah. 最高じゃん、これ。おっさん。
So they have these little springs, and then they give you a big book, and it explains how to make many different circuits.
I see.
Because maybe it has a variable resistor, transformer, light, capacitor, many different items. So my brother had one of these when I was a kid.
Nice.
And so you follow instructions and try and figure it out. Yeah.
130. Please search 電子ブロック。DENSHI.ブロック。Yes. That is Gakken is company name and
what?
yes. One block have one part, one register or one IC or one LED or something, and you can make schematic on this.
Whoa! So it's like
EX30,
modular.
I have that.
This one?
EX30, 30. Yes, someday, past day, when I was 5 years or 4 years old, my dad go to パチンコってなんだろう、same pinball.
Yeah.
Some like of some one gamble.
Yeah.
Pachinko gamble. And he gets that award.
Like as a prize. Wow, these are amazing. Let me see if I can find a bigger picture.
Yes. You can also make a radio in this and
very interesting. And this very old school earbud, always not very comfortable.
Actually, my ELG1's speaker hole, I had inspired from this dense block.
Interesting. So let's look that up. ELZ1.
ELG1's speaker hole.
Images. Let me see if I can find a good photo.
Yes, that's 3 bar.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe you can feel
this
flavor of dense
I see, yeah, that is similar flavor. Interesting. Now we can see the inspiration. Wow, this is very cool because you can place these in different locations. They have
yeah.
Oh God. There's another one. It's called what do they call it? Circuit clip magnetic electronics. There's one now that they sell that is like electronic kit for education magnetic connection. Let me see if I can find it. Oh God, what do they call these? There's a new version of this. Maybe they did a collaboration with Korg.
I see.
They call them little bits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to New York, and they had a little store in New York selling this kit. So it has a keyboard and like stereo mixer and
Yeah,
LFO
yeah.
and oscillator
Maybe
and yeah.
I remember. Maybe they have Star Wars edition
Yeah.
of your
Yeah.
Wii.
Yeah. It's very interesting. Like you can make like monophonic synthesizer by
Yeah.
connecting these. Problem is, that's very expensive. So I made like a three like three timbre voice, like 3 layers with 3 oscillators, monophonic, and connect to all the different parts. I have mixers at each point, and price was maybe like, I don't know, $600 or something, because
Yeah.
if you buy individual pieces or kits, it's very expensive. So I was like,
Yeah.
ah. Yeah, it says one of my friends at the synth club I run
we
has
need
little bits. Yeah, they're
we
they're
need
they're very cool. They're just expensive.
yes. We need grandma or grandpa.
Yeah.
They will
Yeah,
buy
it's
me.
good Christmas gift. Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, we need Santa Claus.
Yeah. So that's interesting. I mean, it's same idea, right? Similar idea, but just different package, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
These are maybe a little simpler, but they have basic electronic ones too, not just music ones. These ones are more simple, but they have regular, resistors and capacitors and that type also. But maybe their main audience is schools. So school buys a big kit, maybe $2,000 or $5,000 for a whole school, versus individual people. Maybe the price is too high. But that's interesting. So many tools for teaching kids and also just beginner people how to do electronics. One other thing I'd like to share, if anyone is interested, there is a company. They're called Dogbotic, and they are like electronics. You can take a class online, and they have their focus is on electronics. I mean, on music electronics. If the website is slow. There we go. So they say laboratory for music and sound. So they have. Let me see if I can find their classes. Lab. So they did a class on hacking like a tape player. So take a tape player and add speed control, or how to make a basic oscillator. So here you put chords on a tape player and have LFO control or speed control. And so
Interesting.
they show you how
Cassette
to,
hacking.
cassette hacking or ear retraining,
Awesome.
or they do analog video, or
Awesome.
DIY synths, and the
Nice.
cool thing is they mail you all the parts in a box. So they
Nice.
mail you parts, and then you join a class and they teach you how to create connections and how to use breadboard and solder. I don't think any soldering, just breadboard, maybe. And then they show you how to make everything. So they have many different classes and make interesting. Everybody makes an interesting device.
Target age is around 13 or 14.
It's actually mostly adults. I think most like when I did the cassette hacking, and it's 16 plus.
Over 16. I see.
But when I took it, it was all adults. So many people are interested who maybe aren't engineer background, but they want to learn about they want to learn about cassettes and how to control hardware. But yeah, he's this is a very interesting school. It's called Dogbotic. So anyway, we're 35 minutes into this episode. No intro.
Okay. じゃあね
Last episode of the year, so we are
Okay.
too relaxed, maybe. I got too many
じゃあ
tabs.
Okay, let's go start the intro.
It's time for LOWKEYS.
Hey, here I am. I don't have my usual blue background. You get to see behind the scenes of the office. Here I have boxes. Here I got the 8-bit Warps box. Classic box FedEx. We sometimes ship items by FedEx. Many different things. Got a microphone. Got all kinds of stuff here. Without the blue background, you can see everything. Over here, pocket operator for testing compatibility.
Current background also nice.
Oh, thank you.
Exciting.
In San Francisco, maybe everybody has home studio only. The bedroom, studio, also kitchen, everything in one room, you know?
I see.
And then over here, this box. Oh, can I open it? Maybe it's stuck. Stuck closed. There we go.
Inside this Event Studio
has only rack mount ears.
Oh,
so if I want to make something rack mount, I can screw into the side, and then I have a rack over here that has patch cord, audio interface.
You can make rack box by own self.
Yeah, if I want to make something rack mount. But I used to have Kawai K4, but I donated it. So maybe someone in Germany will turn it into VST. That is my hope, but we'll see.
Okay, I see.
But welcome to the studio, and we just want to reach out to everybody and let folks know if you're interested in getting a LIVEN Bass Beats. They are available for pre-order on the website internationally. So if you're in Europe or Asia or the United States or Canada or South America, we have greenlit it for most countries. We can't ship to China or Russia right now because we're not able to get the right export documents for that. But if you go to sonicware.jp and you go to checkout and for some reason it doesn't have your country on the list, just let us know and we can check it and see if it's possible for us to add it. I know somebody earlier in the chat was asking about how many wavetables it has. So the Bass & Beats in the bass engine, it has 2 wavetables and a noise oscillator. So you can layer one
and the sub oscillator.
And a sub as well. Yeah, so you can mix those together to have that's 4 layers. It's only monophonic, but it's polytimbral. And one of the cool things also is that in the bass engine you have 2 LFOs and 2 envelopes. So you can map all those individually to each oscillator. So for example, if you have wavetable 1, you can cycle through the wavetable with 1 LFO at a certain speed, and then you could have the other wavetable 2 with a different LFO at a different speed. So you can really have a lot of movement within, a single bass patch or a lead patch or anything you want to have monophonic. It's not limited to only bass. But yeah, we've been creating all the wavetables in Serum, and then converting them over into the Liven Bass and Beats, and it reproduces them pretty accurately. It's not a perfect recreation, because it's different hardware, but for the most part, you can get really clear sounding wavetables into the, we've been able to import really clear sounding wavetables into the Liven Bass and Beats. So we're excited to see, what you all do with our wavetables. And we tried to make a really big variety with kind of different flavors and textures and FM sounds and kind of vocal sounds. So there's going to be a lot for everybody to work with within the wavetables that come with the unit. Yeah, seeing other Kawai fans, K1 and K4. Yeah. It's so sad, Kawhi. No more synthesizers. R.I.P. That's okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we also have an episode of Inside SONICWARE for to share with everyone. Is that right?
Okay.
Yeah, let's share that so we can all see behind the scenes. Woo!
Hey, Doc. What are you doing today?
No, I'm checking about this bass side and this bass side, and because I want to use this area for checking product and shipping. Because now I use we are using
Wow.
this area.
What displays?
This area is kind checking and shipping place.
Oh.
So when I was a high school student, maybe 28 years ago, my father built this studio by himself.
Really?
Because he runs a company about sound-proof room, radio station, and music studio. So he also want to make music school at here. But finally he make rehearsal studio, and we are use this. I wanna use this area for jam session, or shooting video, or shooting photos, live streaming. So if you have any chance to come to Japan after coronavirus or something, let's have jam session with us.
Great.
This area.
Yeah, sounds great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wow.
That's exciting. a new space for jams. That's going to be really fun.
Yes. So recently, 2 weeks, I bring heavy amplifier or something. My ネックじゃない。ショルダー。
Your back? lower back.
Low back is dangerous.
Abunai.
Abunai, very dangerous.
You got to use a dolly, man. Have you ever used a dolly? You put like slide under and roll something.
I
In the
don't
US,
have
we
it.
call that a dolly.
I need it.
Yeah, maybe cost of dolly is maybe $50. Cost of back surgery is maybe $2,000. So
yes, that's right. So maybe next week we can finish that making a new studio for jam session.
exciting.
So yes. So ne. And I wanna share one jam session.
Oh yeah, let's share
of
it.
bass and beats.
We're gonna stop sharing. I have to share an individual tab here. Yeah, the Twitter share screen, Chrome tab, Twitter share. Let me make this full screen. I'll go to the beginning. And this is one of those effect units we were talking about.
Yes.
And there's the bass and beats, and I think that's the 8-bit warps, right?
Yes, right.
All right, let's get to it. So cool.
Yeah, cool. I'm not sure this sounds on StreamYard is good for viewers. I'm not sure, but we add this link on this video's description. So please check that. That is Twitter, that video from Twitter. And Ebisu-san, who is making about the preset sound of Live series and ELG1. Ebisu-san, he had some workshop of hardware jam, how to hardware jam. He teach some settings or some preparing or something. So at that time, after workshop, some people enjoyed about hardware jam with live bass and beats, and I feel that is really nice jam.
Yeah.
Groove is very
I want to start having live events more often for SONICWARE because I think now there are many users. So I'm based near San Francisco. So it would be fun to do an event for people who are, who can come to California because I have many units now. And now I have batteries for all of them. So we can have a big jam session. That would be very fun. Also, in that video, I don't know, can we talk about ELZ1? Are we allowed to talk about that? Maybe? Or should we wait?
ELZ1?
because
sorry.
you said that maybe we found some extra stock of the ELZ1. Can we talk about that?
Yes, but maybe we are, maybe a little bit.
Just a tiny
The-
bit
the-
of extra stock.
tiny bit. And in America, for USA person, some retailer already ordered some ELZ1. So maybe I think after New Year, they will sell it.
I see.
Perfect circuit さん。
Okay. Keep your eyes out, folks. Maybe in the new year, if you are interested in getting an ELZ1, we found a secret cache that we didn't know of units. So keep your eyes out on Perfect Circuit. You heard it here first. This is for all the folks who tune in. So keep your eyes out and maybe bookmark that page if you're interested in getting a unit from it's a Perfect Circuit. So if you just Google that, you'll find their website. But yeah, we haven't been able to manufacture new units in a while just because of supply chain issues and tooling and stuff like that. So if you're interested, that's a chance to pick one of those up. But yeah, I think I don't know. Is there anything else that we want to cover on today's episode? I think
Yes, I think so.
I think we'll check in with the chat. If anybody has any questions about the bass and beats, or any questions you have for us, we'd be happy to answer. You know us, we can get on a tangent and talk about anything.
いいかな There is one stock of LJ1 in the background there.
Yeah, behind you. Maybe that's Endo's unit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm using this.
Sorry.
Sorry. But I can sell Kintajo.
Yeah, he's useful for hiding synthesizers. I know some people were talking about the idea of doing rack mount equipment. It's interesting. I also like rack mount because I am very bad at playing keyboards. So I just use MIDI anyway. So having a big keyboard for me is not useful for space. So I agree. I want everything like a just a rack mount, like a sound module. One synthesizer I think is very interesting. Here, I'll show another interesting. I think it's called WSA Synth Technics. Aha! Let me see if I can find this. Yeah, Technics WSA. It's like let me share. Maybe my screen will share. Let me share a different screen. Stop screen, share screen. And we'll do the screen share. So this is like like modeling synthesizer, like what do they call it? Physical modeling. And it's made by Technics, which usually makes turntables. So similar as Toraz, it's company made product that people did not expect. Like Technics did not make synthesizers. So yeah, the Technics SXWSA, and they also made a rack mount version of this. And it's very interesting sound because it has like, I don't know, early physical modeling. I think I can, let me sound WSA Technics.
WSA
SoundCloud.
1R.
Yeah, let me
1R.
see if I can find. There's a very interesting song on YouTube. Let me see if I can find it. It uses the synthesizer, and I really like the sound. I think it's this one. Cloud testers. Yeah, it's this demo. Here, I'll have to share the tab again, but it has a very interesting sound for rack mount. Let me see. Stop sharing. Share screen. Share screen. Chrome tab. Here we go. Hopefully everybody can hear this. All right. If you could share my screen, please. Thank you. And this shows a rack mount version. But that bass sound is so good. What is that? So it sounds very clean. Just like, what? But this is very hard to get now. It's a very expensive.
Expensive. Premium price.
Yeah, maybe like 1,500 to 1,500 or 2,000. Yeah. Too many synthesizers, not enough money. But that's why I like Liven, is because it's very interesting sound. So the price is not too high, you know?
Yes.
These vintage synthesizers, the prices are crazy. You know? That's why I think we should keep making Liven models for every synthesis type.
Yes.
So we can have a $200 version of,
yes,
you know, additive or physical modeling, or you know, maybe some of it is difficult for Liven CPU, you know.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Yeah,
but very
that'd be interesting gear. But I think that's just about wraps up the show for today. I don't think there's anything else we need to share. We can have a little bit more open questions. Yeah, see, this is a problem. I suggest things. Now people say, "Oh, physical modeling Liven." We can't. We're not committing to anything. I'm just spitballing. I'm just a fan, like you guys in the chat. I don't make these decisions. It says, when you run the Livens through aux FX into the main mix, they become much more than they already are. Yeah, running the Liven units through extra effects. Yeah, definitely. I like the one of the cool things about the XFM is that you have a send effect. So you can send like different tracks through there with your own mix. Or if you haven't watched, I think there's an Endo Labo episode where it talks about using the delay on the 8-bit warps. So you can use like if you turn the feedback all the way up and capture some audio and change the speed, it sounds really cool. So give that a shot. Also, you may notice the flanger on the 8-bit warps default speed is very high. So maybe users hear flanger and then they go, that's too wild. But if you have the 8-bit warps, you turn down the speed of the flanger, make the sound a little more relaxed, It sounds very, very good. So definitely give that one a chance if you haven't given that a shot. Yeah, I also suggested physical modeling synth, like Op6, Wave State, Mod Wave to Korg last year. They had the Prophecy and the Z1. Yeah, physical modeling right now seems like less popular. But there are some very good physically modeled instruments now. Like you can get violin and cello physical modeling VSTs that sound so good. So the technology is still there, especially with controllers now, those MPE controllers where you can touch and press and up and down and side. And so now the physical modeling stuff sounds really, really good. Yeah, I think what Wagyu is suggesting is that they yeah, the Op6, Wave State, and Mod Wave, those are those I don't unless they have a physical modeling voice, I don't think they have one. But I think he's more suggesting that they've done that. Now it's time to do a physical modeling one. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, any chance of a LIVEN vocoder? I think there are a lot of synths now that can do vocoder. So if we were to do vocoder, we would have to do something really different. Or else it'd just be, a cheaper vocoder. So we'd have to really come up with something that's a new concept. Because that was the same idea with XFM. Originally, we didn't know what kind of FM synthesizer we wanted, but we didn't want another DX7 clone because many companies are doing DX7 clones, maybe better than us. So we want to do something that's unique and is a different take on it. Yeah. Well, I think that pretty much covers it for everybody. Thanks everybody for joining us, and we're looking forward to. We're going to take 2 weeks off, and then in January 6th will be our next show, and we're going to kind of try a slightly different format. We're kind of brainstorming on how we want to switch it up, but the same kind of casual, relaxed setting, and we love to have everyone here, chilling with us. So granulators. So granular synth, who knows? That's interesting concept too. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining us, and we'll see you on We'll see you on January 6th. Keep an eye out. We might change the time, but it'll probably be the same or relatively close, like around 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. Eastern, or around 11 a.m. In Japan time. But we might adjust it depending on if we want guests or who knows what. So, all right, everybody. Happy holidays. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you all